Hi there, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for the Crim 2 News at noon on this Wednesday. I'm Shannon Curtis, in for Laura Papetti. Right now, President Biden is on his way back home after a visit to Israel earlier today. Biden pledged $100 million in aid to the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Ian Lee is following the developments in Tel Aviv.
President Biden once again promised full U.S. support during meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his war cabinet.
As long as the United States stands, and we will stand forever, we'll not let you ever be alone. We're going to make sure we have what you need to protect your people, to defend your nation.
The president's trip to Israel comes just hours after a massive explosion at a Gaza hospital. Both sides are blaming each other for the attack that left hundreds of Palestinians dead.
Based on the information we've seen to date, it appears the result of an errant rocket fired by a terrorist group in Gaza.
Many of the injured were brought to a nearby hospital, already overwhelmed with patients.
They try to find a safe place, they try to find a shelter, and they have been attacked by a barbaric bombardment.
Despite U.S. support, international pressure is mounting on the Israelis to scale back their blistering attacks as the death toll in Gaza climbs past 3,000. But with 1,400 Israelis dead and Hamas still holding about 200 hostages, including women and children, Netanyahu remains defiant.
The forces of civilization will prevail for our sake, for your sake, for peace and security in our region and in the world.
Anger is spreading across the region. In the Jordanian capital Amman, protesters tried to storm the Israeli embassy. Many expect that rage to only grow while Israel keeps bombing Gaza. Ian Lee, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
The House remains without a speaker after a second round of voting failed to produce a winner. The Republican nominee, Jim Jordan, actually lost some support in the second vote. 22 Republicans voted against him today. That's 2 more than yesterday's vote. Jordan can only afford to lose 4 votes and still reach the 217 needed to win. Despite losing ground, Jordan says he has no plans to drop out of the race. Some Republicans are now pushing for a motion that would allow the Speaker pro tem, Patrick McHenry, to be made temporary Speaker. That would allow the House to do some business until a new Speaker can be elected. All right, let's switch gears now from looking at the House and look at the weather and some warm fall temperatures. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick is joining us now with a look at the forecast. And Thomas, I am loving today's forecast.
Yeah, I am too, Channing. Just obviously went on my lunch break between our morning show on Up with Crim and our noon broadcast, and it is wonderful outside right now. Take advantage of this kind of weather, and what we should consider ourselves lucky because this is not a one-day deal. This could be 4 straight days of near 70-degree warmth in mid-October. It's 63 degrees right now. Beautiful sunny skies. No threat for any kind of rainfall because the arc of moisture is up to the north. It's pointed to the north today compared to the last couple days, and that trend is only going to strengthen for a couple more days this week. So today should be near 70 degrees this afternoon, and then again Thursday, Friday, and likely Saturday as well. So 4 straight days of weather just like today before we start to see a big time pattern shift. Now coming up, we're going to detail how much cooler next week is going to get and if we're going to get anywhere close to the freezing mark to which we have not been so far this fall. So look for those details in just a couple minutes.
In North Idaho, Kootenai County commissioners unanimously approved the second phase of construction for the county's new Justice Center. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press report this phase will cost just over $8 million. The money will come from federal funds set aside for the Justice Center last year. In total, the project is expected to cost about $38 million, with the county footing the bill for $10 million of that. The expansion would add new courtrooms and more working space for county employees. In less than 1 month, voters will elect the next mayor of Spokane, and we want to help you learn more about the candidates running for that position. So our chief journalist, Amanda Rowley, asked each of them to spill the tea on who they are and where they stand on important issues. Tonight, we'll hear from Lisa Brown.
It was really unfortunate that the city's response to the state effort was to sue and litigate rather than sit down at the table and cooperate.
Do you think Camp Hope would have closed by June 9th had this lawsuit not been introduced?
Brown ahead of the primary election in August. Tonight on the Crim 2 News at 6, we'll share Brown's interview. In the meantime, you can watch any of our other candidate interviews by visiting the Crim 2 YouTube page.